Hello there. How are you doing this evening? This evening, Wednesday, September 24th. How are you doing this evening? I hope everybody is doing well and fine. I want to welcome you to the Coach Dawn Allen podcast, episode 123 is My Body, Your Body, and Our Body. Welcome. And I'm so happy and so blessed you're here joining me this evening because you could have been anywhere in the world. And I'm so happy and blessed that you, want to spend time with me. If you would like, I love to tell me where you are viewing from and drop it in the comment section so I can say, where you are hailing from this evening. Thank you and thank you. So let you know that they're having a little difficulties in StreamYard or wherever, but IG viewers, I'm so sorry. You have to either jump on Facebook or YouTube on the Coach Dawn Allen podcast. Because IG, I don't know, but we're gonna keep it going. And I have a lot of value for you this evening. So as you hear any value, please drop a V. I want to know that I am doing you right and doing everything that I possibly can to give you value. So please drop a V. And if you're here live, drop an L for live and a R for replay. I really appreciate. Let me see where people are hailing from on Facebook today. Let's see where you are hailing from this evening. So I have Miss Rosie. Hey, my Miami. Thank you. Miami's in the house. We have Strong Island in the house. And we have Jayville in the house. And I know we have Harlem in the house as well. Thank you for jumping on. I know I have some Instagram viewers, but I'm so sorry. Instagram and me, when that's not getting along either. But don't worry about it. We're going to keep on doing. So my name is Coach Dawn Allen, and I am the CEO of Stay Sexy Wellness. And I help middle-aged women who are overweight, who feel unworthy, unseen, forgotten, go from being stressed out to be driven, motivated, and have energy by making small changes in nutrition, physical activity, and self-care so they can become fit, fine, fabulous, and so sexy, loving themselves from the inside out. Yes, I just love saying that. Make me happy. I love to see fit, fine, fabulous women loving themselves from the inside. I just love it. When I say that, people they just smile and happy because they know they want to be sexy. No matter what age you are, you have dent, lumps, and critters. Don't matter, baby. You still want to feel sexy in and out. But today it was fun. Today I did something really fun. I went to a line dancing class. It was 1 hour of dancing. We learned 5 new dances. You think I remember anything? I don't remember. But I know I had a blast and I was tired. It was a lot of fun. It was all ages there. Mostly seniors and baby. Some ladies, they were getting it. They were getting down. Let me tell you that now. Now how they fans. Woo, woo, woo. I said, okay. The fans are serious here. I got to get me a fan so I can join this club. But it was a good time. So I love that. The physical activities, anything. You don't have to be, going to the gym and that. You can do whatever you want. Just move your body. Lap dancing is fun. And trust me, it takes a lot of memory. It's good for the mind. It's good for the body. And you meet a lot of nice people. Yeah. So line dancing is another thing you could do for activity, guys. Doesn't have to be going to the gym. I love finding creative ways to move my body. And today was line dance. I'm doing it every week now because that was fun. Trust me, I did sweat. I did. It's a lot of fun. So try it out. Try your neighborhood community. I went to the YMCA, but I know some churches have it. They have a lot of groups. If you go into your neighborhood, go into Facebook or Instagram. I know they have community line dance classes. So just let you know, just go out and do it. And sometimes places are free, some people are not, but do what you can. Move that body. So my story and why I started Stay Sexy Wellness. One of the things how I started this whole journey was I really did body shame myself. I did. I didn't really know I did it, but I did. And it started with my mom and my brother are very tall and very thin, and I was not. I went down one day. I lost weight and went down to 110 pounds, and I thought that was the answer, but it wasn't the answer, and I was still confused because I went down to 110 pounds, and I still had the same small waist, and I had large hips and thighs for my body. I couldn't understand. I lost the weight. Why am I still fat? To me, I was fat. But I really wasn't fat. I was just curvy, but I didn't know. So, later on in life, I found out that I was a curvy girl and I found my community and I felt so much happy and so relieved because I just thought that I was just fat because I compared myself to other people, which I always say, don't do that. But I was young and I didn't know any better. And I felt like I felt like a fatty McMuffin because I was fatter than my mom and my brother. I just did. That's just how I felt. But how I started Stay Sexy Wellness in addition to that was I was overweight and being a curvy girl and then feeling overweight on top of that, that didn't help. I had signs, but I didn't pay attention to them. I was tired, had no energy, but one of the crucial signs really was my knees would give out. I would walk and they'd give out like no warning, like embarrassing. So, like I said, got to a point when even I go grocery shopping, I would just grab a shopping cart just in case my knees decided to go out on me. So no matter what I bought, it could be toothpaste, it could be a bar of soap, it didn't matter. I would grab me a cart because I didn't want to fall down in the store. And also, I noticed a lot of people my age, they were limping and dragging their legs, and they had those little motorized carts, and they had those walking things. I'm like, man, I do not like. I mean, I'm not shaming nobody, but I didn't want that. I didn't want that. I did not want that. And then my dad told me, he went to the doctors and doctor told him that he has to go see him every 2 weeks to see if he needs a transfer of blood. And that's his quality of life. I'm like, dang, quality of life. I never thought that before. People limping around. My knees are giving out. And it almost made me do something almost. But really what the final straw for me was, the Lord told me get on the scale. And I saw that scale was 203, 203. I was like, not the girl. I was like, 203, what? Because I said I would never, ever, 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 ever weigh 200 pounds. Not me. But that was me. I was she. That was I. So, you cannot argue with that. I did it 3 times and the scale did not move. So that was it. That was the nail, for me that broke the camel's back was that scale. Not my dad said that almost did it. That kind of made my thoughts ticking. Not my knees giving out. Was that 203? That for me, that was my why. That was mine. So I said, Lord, what do I do? How did I get here? So I remember the doctor saying that every year you gain 1 to 2 pounds. And it doesn't sound like a lot. It doesn't sound like a lot. But then you do the math. 1 times 20 or 1 times 30 or 20 times 2 or 20 times 3. It comes to be 20, 40, 60 pounds. I'm like, oh, wow. And the math was mathing. I didn't like it, but it was facts. So I said, Lord, what do I do? And the Lord answered me. He said, get on the computer. I didn't know why. I didn't know what I was looking for, but I did it. I mean, when the Lord speaks, man, you got to listen. You don't play with that. So I listened, and I came across a school, and it resonated with me. I said, oh, yeah, I want this. I want to learn this. So I signed up that night, and later, I became an integrated nutrition and health coach. I learned how to eat, what to eat, when to eat, how often to eat. I learned all of that during my course. So I didn't realize, but I lost 20 pounds. And I'm like, man, this stuff really works. Just changing the way I eat really works. Okay. But I wasn't doing everything I was supposed to do because I wasn't doing the physical activity because I ain't like sweating. I ain't like sweating. I don't get my hair messed up because ladies, you got to get your hair done. You ain't trying to mess it up. No sweat, no foolishness, right? No foolishness. So, but I had to change the way I was thinking. I had to. That didn't make no sense. So let me just do this thing right. So when I added the physical activity and I added some self-care, okay, I lost another 30 pounds. So I said, wow, if I can lose 50 pounds, then I am going to show others how I did it. And that was how I started Stay Sexy Wellness, by me losing 50 pounds. So now my purpose is to show other people how I did it. That's why I'm here. So tonight's episode is 123. I want to thank y'all for rocking with me for 120 episodes. Thank you and thank you and thank you. And those who are new, welcome. And please come back. So the episode tonight is my body, your body, our body. So why did I choose this topic? Well, knowing your body type, knowing your body type can maximize your weight loss results. Okay. So knowing your body type can maximize your weight loss. So we're going to start out with answering a couple of questions. So the question I want to ask is this. Why does the fat deposit where it does? Why does it deposit in this particular place? The part of your body. I'm going to answer that question. And then what body type are you? Are you like apple shape? Some people say you might be an apple, you might be a pear, you might be an hourglass, you might be a triangle, you may be an inverted triangle, you may be an ectomorph, endomorph, mesomorph, any of those things. Maybe you are. But tonight we're going to try a little bit different type of body type. So we're going to answer, find out where is the largest fat deposited on your body. Where is it? So what you have to do, you have to go in front of a mirror, stand in front of a mirror, and look and see where is the largest fat deposited. Now, it may be more than one spot and maybe more than one place. So those of us, some might have more than one spot where we have some extra fat, extra deposited. So if you have more than one, if you have one, it could be 2 or 3. So it's okay. Okay, don't worry about that. So if you stand in front of a mirror, okay, and your fat is deposited between your chest and your hip bone, then you are the stress type. So if the fat, your largest fat in your body is between your chest and your hip bone, then you are considered to be stress type. Okay? Number 1. Next one. If you turn sideways and you look in the mirror and you can pinch some fat around your tummy, maybe love handles, you are called the sugar type. Okay? The next one. If you have fat around your hips, your butt and thigh, that's the largest area, you are estrogen type. Estrogen type. Okay? The next one, if you can raise your arms, okay, and you have extra fat under them arms hanging, you are the T type. Sometimes I call it like bat wings. Then you are the T type. That stands for testosterone. Okay? So those are the 4 types that we are going to talk about today. Okay? So that is the stress, the sugar, the estrogen, and the T type. Those are the 4 types that we're going to talk about today. Or you may be, like I said, you may be a combination of the 2 or 3. So don't worry about it. If you are, you are. It is what it is. But so now we're going to talk about why the fat is deposited in these areas. Why? Okay. So number 1, the stress body. So why is the fat there? So the fat could be, let's say, from the chest down to like the hip, and this particular fat is in the belly. Is not pinchable. It's kind of on the hard side, and it's kind of might be some fat under the muscle. Okay, so what happens here? You're stressed out, and what happens with while you're stressed out, it says that you have cortisol, and what happens is when you're stressed out, the cortisol is being released, and it stimulates, it releases glucose in your system. So glucose is sugar. So as you're getting stressed out, it releases glucose, releases sugar, which makes you hungry, right? It makes you crave for sugar. And this is what, and also it also raises your blood pressure. And what happens also with this cortisone, it's like, hey, we're going into a panic mode, right? We're going into a panic mode, and we maybe we famine. Like say like caveman days back in the day. When they had food, the body stored the fat for those days, for them slim days when they didn't have any food. So that's what happens. So what happens is the extra sugar gets stored. It gets stored around the tummy. Okay. So what it is the cortisone. It manages stress. So when you're stressed out, you need more energy, and then your uh, your muscles your muscles produces, and your liver, sorry, produces more sugar. So that's what it is. It produces more sugar, and it gets stored around the tummy. So now that's what happens when you get stressed out. So not so much a good thing being stressed out, right? So we got to be careful of that. So the next thing I'm going to talk about. Oh, and also, you know what? It is very dangerous because the fat is around the organs, and that is definitely not. That can also cause different type of diseases when it's around the fat. So it's very dangerous. It's dangerous because it's around the intestine and the liver, and that can cause type of heart disease. But to watch that, be careful of that fat around that waist area. Okay, the next one. So also, let me tell you about a little bit what we can do for that. So one of the recommendations for stress is to eat complex carbs. Complex carbs. And the reason why eat carbs because they take longer to break down into the body. Okay, they provide sustained energy. It's like a slow release. So they recommend foods like whole grain, legumes, and veggies. So I know, like when I work out, I have to have complex carbs, and the reason why I don't want to eat something like something like real sweet, and the energy's gone in like 5 minutes. I want to have something where I have energy last the whole time I have my workout. So complex carbs are energy, but it's stretched out over time, take longer to break down. So that's what you need for stress. You want to be able to have slow released foods. And these foods also make you feel good. Okay. So the second one we're going to talk about is sugar. Now, sugar um, is around the waist. Okay. Maybe like the love handles. And, well, you kind of crave sugar. Makes you, it produces sugar, insulin. It's too much insulin. And it's the same thing. Insulin also stores fat. Same thing. So what you want to do is you want to eat sugar reducing techniques. I'm sorry, you want to make or have strategies that have sugar reduces technique. So what you want to do, instead of having sugar, you want to have things, the substitute sugars that makes, instead of having, like, for instance, you want to maybe have some herbs that, if you have herbs like oregano, garlic, and sage, these type of herbs, they kind of give you a different direction of the sugar. It gives a sugar different taste in your taste buds. So instead of having sugar, these things kind of deter the sugar taste, and then you try these herbs. Try it. You'd be surprised how, if you substitute sugar for these things, it'll probably be pretty good. Um, I'm gonna try a recipe tomorrow that with herbs. I'm gonna make it tomorrow. I'm gonna post it tomorrow. See how it goes out. But yes, if you have different herbs instead of sugar, it will kind of like substitute that sugar craving. The next one is estrogen. Estrogen, that is the hips and the thighs and the butt area. And with this in mind, this is one of the most popular areas, ladies, that we have, is that them hip thighs and things. We have it. So what they're recommending here is you want to have food that blocks estrogen. And some of the things recommended is you eat cruciferous, I'm saying this wrong, I'm saying this word, cruciferous veggies. Okay. You want to eat non-starchy veggies, but there's certain vegetables that are better than each. So I'll just tell you what they are: Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, daikon, celery, eggplant, turnips, and spinach. These are, if you add these to your dishes, it will help with your estrogen. Okay. So these are cruciferous. That's the word I'm trying to say. Oh, wow. Cruciferous veggies. Now it help with the estrogen, lower estrogen. The last one is the T type, and that's when you go like this and have that bat wingy here. And what it is, it's you have a low um, muscle mass right here, and you're not building enough muscle. You have a kind of extra space in between the top of the skin and the bottom of the skin. It happens as we get older. Unfortunately, we lose muscle mass, and that's called the T stands for the testosterone level. So one of the things I recommend you do is just increase your vitamin D. You can go out in the sun and do that, but some maybe different parts of time of the year you can't go out and do it, but you can. That's recommended. You want to increase your vitamin D through eating. You could do that, and you want to include foods that have a lot of vitamin D. And they recommend cold water fish like salmon, sardines. Also, you can do like tuna, mackerel, eggs, lime. Sorry, eggs, milk. But you want to increase your vitamin D. You can also take the vitamins that supplement at you if you want to. But it's always best if you can to uh, have it in your diet. So exercising. We're gonna add about exercising. So as far as stress type, to help with the stress, it's recommended to do meditation, like 15 minutes a day. That will relieve the stress. And you can do it more than one time if you want to. If you want to do it one time, but they recommend it 1 to 2 times a day. When you feel stressful, just stop and just meditate for a little while. So that way, you're relieving the stress ahead of time, and you're not having that cortisone rushing. Okay. For the sugar person type, they're recommending HIIT class, interval training, 25 minutes 3 times a week. All right. Estrogen, because we have them hips and thighs, they're recommending squats. My favorite exercise. Ooh, squats. And they're saying like 20 squats one day and 25 and 30, just doing it maybe every other day with them squats. The T type, they are recommending because of the arms, they're recommending strength training, resistance training, 20 minutes, just 2 or 3 days a week, and that's going to help tighten up, tighten up, maybe getting that muscle. So I'm hoping that it is very value. Let me see if I have any comments here. I know I gave a lot of information. I get kind of fast. Let's see if I have any comments here on Facebook. Okay. So tell me what type. I want on Facebook. What type are you? Are you a estrogen? Are you a stress type person? Are you a T person? Are you a sugar person? What are you? Are you a combination? I really want to know because I'm a combination, guys. I'm a combination. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I am not one of them. I am a combination for real. I try not to be stressed out, but I think I am T. Well, I'm working on but anything about a curvy girl always gonna have hips. I don't know if that's a problem or not. That's what I'm saying. Always gonna have that hips and thighs. That's just what we do. So I'm not. I guess it's a little bit. Estrogen and a little bit of T because to me I want to get some guns. I don't have no guns yet. Until they're hard and rock solid, I'm working them arms. Let's see. Anybody tell me what they are? Let's see. Miss Strong Island, what are you? Miss Strong Island. Put it in. I don't see what you are. I know. What are you? Are you a T person? Are your arms strong enough the way you want to look? Are they guns or what? Okay. Well, you guys are scared to tell me. It's okay. Well, that's all I have for this evening, and I do want to thank you guys who participated in my masterclass last week. We had a great time. We had a fantastic Q&A session, and I really appreciate you guys supporting me and coming out and asking some great questions. And If you like a certain subject that we talk about, let me know. And I will definitely do the research and I'll find out for you. If I gave you value tonight, please put a V for me. Thank you very, very much. But yes, thank you very, very much. So I apologize for Instagram. I don't know what's going on tonight, but I don't know. I tried several times to get on, but hey, you guys are here, and I'm not come here because of Instagram. That's okay. They'll get it right next week. So all I want to say is thank you for joining, thank you for viewing, and goodbye for now.